Hey, so excited that you're here today. And we are going to talk just a little bit about are we supposed to tell people that don't believe about hell? There seems to be a controversy about that. And people say, well, they need to know the love of God. But who's showing them the love of God? Who's fully developed to that place where they represent Jesus? When people don't care if they're going to hell, it's because when they look at us, they see a liar. What we talk the talk, but do we actually walk like Jesus did? Are we representing him? No. And so when they see us, they're seeing Jesus in their eyes. Okay, this is what Jesus is like. I don't want anything to do with him. And they're liars anyway, so hell probably isn't even real. And so those of you who think we shouldn't tell people about hell, um, I think Jesus would differ with you because he told people about hell. He said to remember the sheep and the goats. And these are the thing is, Jesus is talking to those of you who call yourselves Christians, us who call ourselves Christians. He said, what you did for the least of men, you did for me. But some Christians don't do for the least of men. And he said, you're going to go out into the outer darkness where there's weeping and gnashing of teeth. And he said, where that hell was made for the devil and his angels. So if we're only telling people about Jesus and God and how lovely he is, and then we're representing the devil, but we're not telling them hell is real, and if you act like me, you're going to end up in hell because I don't honor what the Father said. I don't believe I have to do anything. And so they're getting all these wrong ideas of who God is from people maybe like you who don't think they have to do anything. Jesus said, if you love me, you'll obey me, but are you obeying him? And if you're not obeying him, you're not going to be to that place where you're fully developed. You're not going to be representing him. And then you're going to be showing people a lie. You're showing them this is who God is. He lies. He doesn't really care. Um, People have the wrong idea because as Christians, many of us don't know who we are in Christ. And we're acting just like the unbeliever, only we're saying we love God and we think we do, but when you're not taking that authority and you're not um, taking that authority over the enemy and you're not walking that walk, what's wrong with telling them, yeah, I'm struggling, living in heaven on the earth. There's persecution. It's tough. We're in a war. Tell them the truth. There is hell in it. And if we don't abide in him, then we're abiding in the enemy. God gave us a choice. And so either we love him or we love the enemy. And people don't even know they love the enemy. Those who think they're following God, if you can't hear God, if you're not doing what he said, you're going to be like in that group. But Lord, I did this in your name. I did that in your name. Not everyone who calls me Lord will enter into the kingdom of heaven, but those who do the will of my Father. So are they doing, in verse 22, are they doing his will? No. And then he says, away from me, I didn't know you. And how many times did he say? What about Matthew 22? The man that didn't get ready, that's the other thing. Are you getting ready for the wedding? No. Do you have your garment? The man in Matthew 22 didn't have a garment. The king said, how did you get in here? He wasn't ready. He just snuck in. He didn't prepare. He was like the 5 foolish virgins, thought he could just get away with it, just popping in. No one will notice me. You're going to be noticed. We have to live this life with our objective to look like Jesus. Then you can affect people with the love of God. But they still need to know the truth. There's a real hell and you got to make a choice. Everyone makes a choice. And everyone's called. Few are chosen because few are really making the choice to get serious about God, and we should be showing them that. If we were, they'd be ecstatic about getting saved, but they don't see Jesus. When they look at us, they see hypocrites, and so they think hell's okay. They don't see a difference between them, themselves, and us because we're not doing what Jesus said. And so if you don't have your wedding garment, if you're not, if your objective isn't to, in Revelation tells us that we are going to have those who get ready. We're going to be the bride that has that beautiful garment because you were righteous, because you took the time to get to know him and followed after him, not the lust of your flesh. There's so much to learn. There's so much to know. And for sure, we need to share everything with them and stop. Here's the other thing. How are you? Oh, I'm perfect. I'm good. But you're struggling. You're struggling. You don't know the enemy's plan, that he's against you. We got to share with them the truth, not lie. They know that you're lying. And so then hell's probably a lie too. Thanks for listening. God bless.